everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and welcome to another Two Looks Tuesday. I love doing these videos. They really help me out. And today is kind of one of those, I really want to use my ULTA 20% coupon and get a really big expensive palette, but I don't know if I need it. So what I did is I went in my collection and I did find something that's a little bit similar. I have my eye on the Lime Crime Venus XL palette, the big one with a bunch of pinks and magentas and all of them. So I was looking in what I have and I found the Rimmel London Magnif'eyes Crimson Edition, and I've seen a lot of similarities in here that I think are in the Lime Crime, so I thought let's dig it out. This is my first time jumping into this palette. I have a problem. I grabbed a bunch of Rimmel palettes that were a little bit more summery and I haven't gotten into them. So this is my first time using this. This is not my first time using this kind of formula. I do love these palettes. They are really, really great for the price. They're $8. They go on sale. So I did two looks today. This is one of them. So if you're excited to see what kind of looks that I came up with and my final thoughts, whether or not I think this is going to be good enough for me, please give this video a big thumbs up and we're going to jump right into the video. Okay, and here are the swatches for the palette. There are no names, but I am just going to hold this up so that you can see how the swatches are compared to what is in pan. My full face is already on and completed. I will have everything on my face listed down below. My eyes are primed with the ULTA eye primer in matte nude, and I'm super excited to get into this. I have been hoarding this, so I digress. Let's start with an easy go-to. Something I would do for a fast day is kind of where I want to start with this palette. I do want to start with this shade right here. And I am just going to take a fluffy brush, tapping off the excess for this one, and I am just going to put this in the crease a little low. I'm not going to take it too high today. This would be something that I do every day. I want to be playing with color, but I think I don't. Does anybody else have that? Like you want to, but you kind of know that it's just not your gig. But the idea sounds fun. So anyways, I'm going to build this up just a little bit, but much, much lower. I'm not going to take it up very high. If you have not used any of these Rimmel Magnif'eyes palettes, I like them. I think the pigment is really fantastic and I love the way they blend and perform, and I haven't had any problem with them at all. So next I want to go into the shade right here. It's right next to it. It's kind of a pinky sparkly kind of shade, and I am just going to take this on my finger and I'm going to put this all over my lid, but leaving a little bit of space in the inner corner. That's a really pretty shade on the lid. I really like that. Next, I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to go into the shade right next to it as well. It's kind of a gold shade. And I'm going to put this on the inner third or a quarter that we didn't place that pink. And I'm going to drag it over, kind of give it an ombre look. Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Next, I'm going to take a smaller dome brush and I'm going to go into this first shade down here. It's like a light champagne gold, and I'm going to hit this on the inner corner just very lightly. Just kind of brighten it up. I feel like I didn't sleep well. Kind of what I feel like, which I might not have. 'Tis allergy season here in Michigan, so I might not have slept that greatest last night, so that's a possibility. Next, I'm going to take this kind of a larger angled brush. It's pretty dense. And I'm going to go into that crease shade that we used, this brown. And I am just going to kind of wiggle this, but kind of smudge it at the same time on the lower lash line, but not taking it all the way to the center, or inner, sorry. This is a newer brush. I kind of like it. It's weird. I don't have anything like it. So I do like it. Just going to stamp it so it meets up with our transition right there. And that dang crease, man. Ugh. I'm going to take the brush we used for the crease shade and I'm just going to blend that right in. I don't want it to be a line, but I do want it to meet up with the lower lash line. Okay, using the same crease brush, I'm going to dip back into that brown shade and just kind of stipple it a little bit, just on that outer part, just to give it something, I suppose. I'm not trying to do a smoky eye, I'm just trying to do something fun and pretty that I would usually do on any other day. Make sure everything's blended together. Okay, and that is one eye done. I'm going to go through and zoom through this eye very quickly, put some mascara on, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use some eyeliner, but this is just a very quick and simple look, but yet it gives it a little bit of color. Okay, and here's the finished look. It's very everyday, it's very wearable, it's almost neutral, dare I say. Out of this bright red and pink palette, did I pull off a neutral look? But, you know, it takes skill. The lid is very, very almost rose gold. Even though the shade doesn't look rose gold, it looks very pink. I think because I did the gold right in the inner corner, it did almost shift it to a rose gold. It's super pretty. This is a very easy, very everyday Kelly neutral, but wants to play with color a little bit. I love it. I love the look that I came up with this. And it was just the three right next to each other right here that I used. So if you have this palette and you're a little bit afraid of some of these other colors, I mean, you could still get a very pretty, very daytime office kind of wear out of this, and I love it. So I am going to wash this off and we are going to play with those other scary colors and we're going to come up with a fantastic look, and I will see you in a couple minutes. Okay, now that we have a blank canvas, I am super excited to get back into this palette. I'm excited to play with color. I haven't decided if it's me or not. I want it to be me, but then again, you know, I'm a neutral girl. So we are going to play an experiment. It is just makeup, so if it goes bad, it goes bad. It can be washed off. But I think we're going to start with this bright pink shade right here. And I'm going to use, I'm going to use a fluffy brush for this shade, and we're going to take this into the crease. There is a lot of pigment on here, so we're going to tap it off. Oh, that is really pretty though. And I think I am going to take this somewhat a little bit higher, like right on top of the brow bone, so that you can see it on me. But I am initially tapping almost underneath and then kind of blending it up, so that way the majority of the pigment is still placed kind of underneath my brow bone, but then you can see I just kind of blend it up. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun, won't lie. Okay. I'm super excited. Oh my goodness. And then I want to take the shade right next to it right here. It's almost like a hot pink burgundy shade. That makes sense, right? Making up things again. And I'm just going to take a flatter kind of a shadow brush. And I'm going to... Do we want to halo this? I don't think... Do I want to... Let's halo this. Let's try it. I haven't done that in a while. Let's be wild and crazy. So I am just going to pat this, starting in the outer part of my lid. There's pigment on here. Wow. This is a really, really pretty shade. It's very vibrant. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tap this on the inner corner. I find with shades that I want color, I find it's easiest just to kind of pat it in, press it in, instead of like smearing it. I feel like I have more control over where it's placed, but how much is placed as well. And I am just, whatever's left on the brush, I am just going to connect those two shades right so. It's a lot of pink. Oh, okay. So I am going to go in with this first shade over here. It is kind of like a champagne-y kind of shade. Okay, we're knocking everything over. And I am just going to use the sponge that it comes with. The sponge is actually really nice for the shimmer shades. It gives the same look as if you were to spray your brush. So I am going to use that. I'll place that on the center. Wow. That is really bright. It's really pretty though. And I am going to use the brush on the other side. It actually is a really nice brush. It's very soft. And they're in, you do get one of these in all the Magnif'eyes palettes, which is really nice, especially if you travel with it. And I am just blending these two together. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit with that magenta pink. Yeah. Just kind of keep going back and forth until you get just the way you want it. I kind of like this. It's a little crazy. I'm leaving the house. Why do I do this all the time? Every time I'm like, I'm leaving the house. Let's do something crazy to our face. I think I want... I'm going to take this smaller Domi brush and I'm going to go in with that magenta as well. And I want to take this up, I think, just a little bit above where we connected it. Yes, I like that. I'm going to see that little bit more of a pink, kind of blend it up. That's pretty. So that, it's almost like a bubblegum pink up that we did in the top. Oh, I really like that. Do I want to line it or do I want to smudge it? I want to smudge it. Yes, smudger. I'm going to take a fluffier smudger brush and I'm going to go in again with that matte magenta shade that we keep working with, and I'm going to bring that Very close to the tight line. All the way. Make sure I get it in that crinkle right there. My goodness. Okay, I really like that so far. So far, I like it. I like it. And I am going to take my small tapered brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. We put it in our transition crease. And just lightly get a little bit of pigment, and I am going to just soften that magenta shade that we just laid down on the lower lash line. That's really pretty. I really like it. It's very different on me, but it's weird. I like it. I keep looking in the viewfinder because it's just kind of cool. I am going to use the brush that it came with. I'm going to go in with the brush side. I'm going to dip into that first champagne shade that we used for the center, and I'm going to do just a little bit on the inner corner. Give us some brightness there. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do a solid line, but I do want to darken my eyelashes a little bit. So I am going to take kind of one of these angled liner brushes, and I'm going to use this dark brown at the very end back here. Just dipping in there, and I do just kind of get it right in the lash line and just wiggle it just a little bit. Oh, if that didn't just date me, I don't know what will. Now I have it in my head. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I haven't heard that song in forever. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but... Okay. Do the same thing on the top. Just kind of stamp it, wiggle it just a little bit into my lash line. This really does help thicken the look of my lashes. My lashes are kind of sparse. And this side has some issues where I'm missing like a chunk. I don't know why, but I do. And I don't always like liner, and usually when I do a liner, it's only about this thick anyways, so this is a really nice trick just to thicken it up. And there's that. I'm going to go ahead, zoom through this eye, and I will be right back. Oh, this eye is so cute. Okay, and this is the finished second look. It's a little extreme, but my eyes look so cool with this pink halo. It's very different than what I wear. I'm surprised. I always say that it's very different to see myself in so much color, but this one is a lot of color. It's very vibrant. It's very gorgeous. I will say that. It's very pretty, but it makes me nervous to leave the house. It's a lot of color. So I am glad I picked this palette up. I'm very, very thankful because I think there's enough pinks in here and magentas and everything like that. I think I'm going to be okay just having this and not having to spend a lot of extra money on something bigger that pretty much probably going to do the same thing. This is very gorgeous. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I feel like this might be a little too much for me at the moment, but it's very pretty. I had a lot of fun with you guys today. I hope you had fun as well. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends. If you have any video suggestions, please leave them down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!